It's in shambles.
This used to be our PS3. Oh, this one's more tragic.
You may be wondering how we ended up here. For that, we need to go back a few days when I had the sudden genius idea of restoring an 11-year-old console to its ultimate form.
Right, so we have made a brand new purchase, and this time we got ourselves a PS3. It's in shambles. This piece is coming off. The drawer is sticky. I mean, it works. This needs proper cleaning and proper restoration. Nothing's broken, everything seems fine. Apparently this is the 500 gig one and this is very dirty. Right, let's begin.
Given the neglected state of the PS3 due to zero maintenance, we're about to initiate a crucial transformation by disassembling it halfway. Disassembling the top half was relatively simple, but the years of accumulated dust and dirt are pushing it closer to its final breath. After deep cleaning of the fans, polishing the trims, and an overall wipe down, the console looked remarkable in just a few moments. Properly lubed the slider mechanics with a brush.
But hey, let's see.
What's it like?
Day 1 of PS3 Super Slim ownership, and I already fixed something. Ooh, that's fucking nasty. Second attempt while facing this orientation. 3, 2, 1. Oh, fuck off. Ooh, brother, this is smooth. This is gonna get so much better. I'll get back to fixing.
Now that the internals are pristine and the disk drive situation has been resolved, the moment arrives to put back all the components together for its first boot in years. But before that, let's take a moment to appreciate the remarkable transformation. The shining trims and the shell restored to its former glory. Not really, but as much as it's physically possible. But it's time.
First time booting on the PS3 after a deep cleanup. Nerve-wracking. Ooh, let's go. Let's go already. Yep. It boots.
Time to put everything to test. Formatted the hard drive, installed the latest OS and checked if the Wi-Fi is working, and it is perfect. Downloaded and installed Midnight Club LA for a stress test, and the console handled it like a champ. Now, with no interest in sticking to stock firmware, I couldn't resist giving my 11-year-old console a custom firmware for the ultimate PS3 experience. Although the PS3 Super Slim has its limits for modding, Hen comes to the rescue, which offers most of the features of a custom firmware. Admittedly, the fat PS3 takes the crown for backwards compatibility, letting you relive PS1 and PS2 games, a feature absent in mine. But we found a workaround for backwards compatible games, more on that later. By the way, this was my first PS3, and as you can see, I have been navigating the XMB with a PS4 controller. So what's the next logical step? Ordering a DualShock 3 controller and unboxing that. The downgrade from a PS4 controller to a PS3 controller is bad. To put into perspective, the buttons are horrible. The L2 and R2 feels disgusting, and it's very uncomfortable. But hey, we have to use it regardless. Diving into the hardware just like the software, I'm not a fan of sticking to the basics. This marked the second round of disassembly, going all the way down to the bare bones, documenting screw locations and antennas. As it's an old console, it's bound to have crusty thermal paste. So we wiped that down and applied some new thermal paste. The cooler fans needed a much needed deep clean. Also forgot to clean the underside of the heatsink, so let's get that sorted. Oh, and painted the shell white. My exams were going on at that time and I was on a time crunch. I couldn't go out to buy spray paint, resulting in grey trims. And my god, the disc slider mechanism was the hardest thing that I ever had to encounter. It gets easy when you know how it functions. Took me an hour to put it back together, but we figured it out. Ran out of grey as well, so had to paint the bottom blue.
Excuse me, what the fuck? Did you just paint the bottom in blue? Yeah, it's a...
Yeah, shut up. But it was all going too well. My exams ended and it was time to get rid of that ugly blue paint. But before that, let's assemble it and check if it still works.
Does it work?
Now it's time to deal with the mess that I have made. I had a plan. I wanted a shortcut, ordered paint remover, and I'll let you witness the rest.
Okay, so let me tell you the situation. I used a paint remover on the PS3 so that I can paint the bottom side. And guess what? This used to be our PS3, the housing. Now it's just a piece of paper. Oh, this one's more tragic. Okay. I am kinda lost.
I hit a roadblock, thinking my dream of owning the ultimate PS3 was over. Buying a shell seemed like the only option, but it was pricier than the console itself. Scouring Amazon and eBay didn't help, and even broken PS3 Super Slims were elusive on Facebook. Faced with partial project abandonment, I didn't give up. Instead, I came up with a different plan. Why not strip down the entire PS3 and conceal it behind the TV? Seemed like a genius idea until it triggered a high temperature failsafe state without its housing. No one online had a clue since nobody uses a PS3 without a shell. After hours of tinkering, the breakthrough came. A part of the motherboard needed metal contact and tight screws to avoid the temperature warning. So, quick fix. Inserted a rubber slice in the cutouts and another two at the rear for a snug screw assembly. Now with the housing convinced that all is well, there were literally no issues. But then again, always had the itch to create the ultimate PS3, so the search persisted. Months passed until I stumbled upon a post that seemed like fate. The guy needed a PS3 Super Slim motherboard, and I needed the shell. I reached out and asked if he was up for selling just the shell, and surprisingly, he replied. In our chat, I discovered the Wi-Fi was short on his PS3. I had a broken PS3 Slim with a non-functional HDMI, which he offered to exchange with. In this exchange, not only do I score a housing, but I'm also in line to get another PS3 Super Slim. And after a peek at the provided pictures, it seemed like the perfect match. Time to grab this opportunity. After acquiring it, I had no complaints. It was practically pristine. So what's the next move? Glad you asked.
The final piece of the puzzle, the back shell. We're about to paint this and call it a night. Make sure to wear masks before you spray paint.
After painting it completely white this time, the transformation was incredible.
We are done with painting.
Adding a touch of contrast, the bottom got a hint of grey.
You caused me a lot of trouble.
And the two trim pieces joined the white brigade. Painted the PlayStation and Sony logos in gold, and a clear coat sealed the deal. All I could think of is assembling it together to see it put together as one piece in months. But lucky you, there's no need for you to endure any drying time. Now let's assemble it for the very last time. I, on the other hand, had to be patient for a whole day. Utilizing the drying time, I even painted the controller in matching white hues. Finally, adding the stickers as the finishing touch, the ultimate PS3 is now complete. What did we accomplish? We have created the best console of all time. It's not just about a library full of unforgettable games, but also the ability to preserve 3 generations of PlayStation classics. Speaking of backwards compatibility, Need for Speed Most Wanted is the sole PS2 compatible game I managed to get running, and that's all that matters to me. The PlayStation Store still works, since this console is backed by Sony, unlike the Xbox 360. And about the games, sure, demanding games like GTA 5 faces occasional choppiness and FPS dips, but the vast array of compatible titles runs seamlessly. My go-to is testing beta builds of Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012. I also love revisiting older Need for Speed games like The Run, Most Wanted, and Rivals, along with titles like Assassin's Creed. While some have remasters, none of the other consoles offer this level of flexibility. And to think this project only costed me $60? All in all, I confidently declare this as the best console ever made.